All right, we live. What's up, guys? Welcome to AMA 49. Ask Me Anything live stream that I'd like to have on every week or whenever I can. So if you missed the live stream and you're watching the replay of this video, the next one is probably going to be another Sunday. So we're going to aim for March 19th, around the same time, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And this gives you guys a chance to pretty much ask me any questions you have. That's the whole point of the AMA acronym. And so today, I thought that I was on stream 50 and I had a special stream planned for number 50, which was going to be a live 3-gram trip of psychedelic mushrooms. But we're actually on 49, so I figured, hey, why not? Let's just do it anyway. So this is going to be a super interesting stream, to say the least. Let me just double check that everything is good. One thing that's a little rough around the edges with streaming on YouTube is that you have to start streaming, start recording, and then specifically go live on the YouTube platform. Like there's like so many steps in comparison to like Twitch, but I'm sure YouTube is going to figure it out. And we'll just give people some time to show up and hopefully we can have a good stream today. So anyways, today, or about half an hour ago, I did roughly 3 grams of psilocybin. So it usually takes about 45 minutes to an hour for the full potency to take effect. And we're going to have a super fun stream today. Oh, Batiste. What's up, Batiste? Is my audio and video, does everything look good? I'm always really clunky with the settings whenever I start one of these streams. I always feel like something is missing, but whatever. How you doing, Batiste? How is everything? Welcome to the magic stream today. This is gonna be fun. So 3 grams of psychedelics is my threshold where I can maintain a certain level of control that I'm confident with taking and using in a live setting. Anything over 3 grams for myself personally becomes a little bit uncontrollable. It gets to a point where the hallucinations are too strong. The laughter happens pretty much at anything that I see, and it just becomes an experience that is just out of control. And so based on my past experience, the 1 to 3 gram trip, or the 1 to 3 gram dosage, has been super enjoyable for me, to a point where I can do a lot of introspective work. I get the right amount of hallucination effects and visuals and geometry to the point where I can recall what I've seen and use it to better my life. So again, this range is going to vary for everybody. And some people are way more sensitive. Some other people have way better tolerance. Like it's like the scale or the spectrum of the dosage, it varies wildly. But I know through past personal experience, the 1 to 3 gram range is perfect for me. It's when I'm still in control of my consciousness and my actions and my thoughts and my speech that we can hopefully have a productive stream or a more entertaining stream. Hey, Forrest. What's up, For? Oh, how are you going to do me with the rat emoji right away? Okay, I'm not a fed, but how do you find those products? So psychedelics are interesting because they are a Schedule 1 drug. So I am never endorsing anyone to take any substance that is illegal, especially like in the US. However, laws vary based on where you live. So for example, in Canada is generally super liberal when it comes to any type of psychedelic substances because there's a ton of research backing up the medicinal use and the benefits that people have gained through psychedelic use when it comes to PTSD, anxiety, depression. So there's tons of information coming out about the benefits of psychedelic mushrooms. And because of those benefits, the laws here are a lot different. So say, for example, the spores are totally legal. You can buy the spores, you can get them shipped to you, you can like go to a company that sells them, and you can just grow your own mushrooms. Totally legal. The illegality part is when you are a distributor. You're selling mushrooms, maybe you're trying to make like a business or you're selling them for a profit. Like that obviously is illegal. And I've talked to police officers in the greater Toronto area about psychedelic mushrooms in particular, sort of like get what their opinion is. And generally, cops, they are so preoccupied with way more important crimes like murder, theft, burglary, child abduction, assault. Like there's so many super serious crimes that the police have to deal with that generally they don't care if just some random dude eats a bunch of dried up mushrooms by himself in his basement on a Sunday afternoon, right? They have bigger fish to fry. They have way more important problems in our society to take care of, right? It's just like it's the business side. If you want to get into some type of mushroom business, that's when it's totally illegal. But generally here in Canada, the laws are pretty favorable when it comes to psychedelic use. Or at least that's just been my experience so far. And it's interesting because it's very similar to marijuana. Like weed was this drug that has been demonized for so many years, for decades. It's like a stoner drug. It will ruin your life. It will destroy your brain. It will make you lazy. It will impede your speech. It will reduce your cognitive effectiveness when it comes to how your brain can think up new ideas. And so like marijuana has been heavily demonized throughout the years. But now with all the research that has come out, it's undeniable when it comes to the benefits that people have stated with whenever they have like cancer, for example, or they're in pain and they're suffering in the hospital. Taking CBD has benefited their life and made them more comfortable. Like there's all these benefits coming out with marijuana use. And so it became totally legal here in Canada. There's stores everywhere. You can buy it directly from the government. Totally legal, and it's awesome because I feel like adults should be able to, do whatever they want as long as they're not hurting other people. Like if you can walk into a beer store, you can buy like 50 cans of beer if you wanted to. You could grab 3 bottles of Jack Daniel and drink enough to kill yourself and reach a level of alcohol toxicity. Like you should be able as an adult to make choices and intake substances as long as you aren't hurting other people. Like it's your life. I feel like adults should be free to choose what they want to do. And it's kind of wild that, things like alcohol, one of the most dangerous and deadly drugs that we have, it's so accepted by society. If you tell people that you don't drink, generally you're frowned upon. People think you're weird. People think you're socially awkward. People think you're crazy. They're like, what, you don't drink? Everybody drinks. What do you mean you don't drink beer? You don't drink alcohol? You don't drink wine? It's just funny how the stigma attached to alcohol is so different compared to these other drugs. Whereas when it comes to the whole CBD stuff, tons of stories, a plethora of benefits, people that are suffering, they've taken these CBD oils, I believe, and it's helped them live a more comfortable life. And I think, stuff like that's amazing. Let me get some water. But yeah, the whole legality when it comes to substances, it's a tough subject to talk about, because I'm not trying to promote anyone take any substance. All that I'm trying to do is talk about my own personal experience and share with you guys how I felt, what I've learned, what I've gone through, the pros and cons, what has benefited my life, what has ruined my life, what has been detrimental to my progress in life. And so if we talk about alcohol, for example, in the moment, it loosens you up. It's kind of like a social lubricant. So whenever you have a party, maybe a wedding or a social event or some type of gathering, birthday party, for example, alcohol makes it more fun, right? It loosens you up. Everyone's having a good time. You're less socially awkward and you're more willing to talk to people you never met. And I think that's a good thing. However, the cons when it comes to alcohol, the negatives, whether it's the hangover you get the next day, maybe you drink so much that you puke, or the negative side effects that it has on your overall vitality, and also the chance that you can become physically addicted to alcohol is another risk as well, because there's tons of people that are going through Alcoholics Anonymous that have like withdrawal symptoms. And that alcohol is a scary drug when you have these acronym type organizations like MADD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, which is caused by alcohol consumption, or you have AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, right? You have these organizations that are created because of the negative consequences that alcohol consumption causes in our society. And so, but for whatever reason, that's accepted, right? That's okay. Whereas if I tell someone that, I take these small dosages of psilocybin mushrooms because it helps my ability to focus, it helps my writing, it makes me more creative, it allows me to think up all these wild and crazy ideas that I may have never thought of before, people generally think I'm some type of crazy hippie. And then my rebuttal usually to their reaction is, well, have you ever tried it? And more often than not, their answer is no. But they have been conditioned by society to view mushrooms in a negative light. And that's really unfortunate. And so I'm not trying to promote the use of any of this type of stuff. All I want to do is share my experience and, share the benefits, but also share like the negative side effects. Like today, for example, it's probably going to be another 15 minutes or so until this 3-gram dose kicks in, but there's going to be all types of wild geometric shapes I'm probably going to see, some mild hallucinations. Like there's going to be a lot of visual impurities that I'm going to go through, but there will be a lot of benefit in that as well. But also the cons is that there's going to be a certain number of hours in my day today where I can't drive. I probably can't go out in public or do anything. So today, it's a Sunday. It's going to be a day where we're pretty much staying at home. And so again, like pros and cons, right? I want to share with you guys the benefits along with the risks and the dangers, because I think there's a lot of great stuff that comes out of these little mushrooms. Oh, I got to catch up on the chat. What's going on? Yo, Tristan, what's up? Mr. Anti-Gambler. How you doing, bro? You hate drunk people? Yeah, drunk people are rough. Ever had a bad trip experience? Yes. Unfortunately, Batiste, I've had a couple. We'll get into that later. I just want to catch up on the chat. JMO 1000, what's up? What's up, bro? What's up, JMO? Hello, Derek in chat. I don't know if you remember me, but I was on your stream a few weeks ago. I'm just checking while I'm getting some work done on a Sunday. JMO, that does sound familiar. What are you doing? Work? What type of work? Homework? Studying? Creative work? Thanks for coming by to the stream, bro. I always love. You know what I love? When I see strangers pop up in my comment section or the stream, just it gives me an idea of like putting a name to the viewer. Because in YouTube it's just all these analytics. Oh, you got this many views and people watch this many hours, and they like it doesn't mean anything to me. Like I hate all this analytical numbers stuff. Like it doesn't mean anything. But when I have these streams, I find out, who you guys are. It's awesome. It's what makes this whole YouTube content creation thing something that I love to do. Are you staying on stream for the trip? Yes, 100%. So I took 3 grams with a bunch of bread at 11:30. Yeah, so 11:30. It usually takes about 45 to 60 minutes for mushrooms to take their effect. Based on my past experience, 45 minutes occurs whenever I'm fasting, so that's like on the quicker end, and 60 minutes is when I consume some type of food beforehand. So today I did consume the mushrooms with food because a 3-gram dose, which is 3,000 milligrams, you have to consume quite a bit. And so the best way that I found for me to get over like the taste, because the taste is awful. Like whenever you're eating any of these like dried up mushrooms, like they just taste horrendous. It tastes like repulsive. And so what normally you do is you can either grind it up and have it in a tea, which is it's really nice. I'm consuming it in a tea. However, if you're lacking time, like I was this morning, I just kind of grab the mushrooms, stuff it in the middle of a piece of like raisin bread, because bread is sort of like thick, and then raisins gives it like a sweet taste. Jam the mushrooms in the middle and then just chow down on the bread. So consume the mushrooms at 11:30 with food. So if I had to guess, 12:30, it's probably gonna kick in. So it's gonna be fun, and I really enjoy the 3-gram trips because it's the highest that I can go where I can stay in control. Anytime I've ventured into 3.5 grams or 4, it gets a bit too crazy. I lose my ability to speak properly. I've had times where I lose control of my tongue and lips, and it's just really difficult to be sane or try to be in the moment, especially on like a live stream setting, right? Like I don't want to be taking mushrooms and just be tripping and not being able to converse with you guys, because then that'd be a horrible stream, right? Hold on, let me catch up with the chat. The chat is lit today. Oh, I'm starting to feel it a little bit. I'm getting lightheaded right now. Have you seen the movie Another Round? If yes, what do you think about the theory about alcohol in the movie? Okay, I haven't seen it, Baptiste. Let me write that down. It's called Another Round. Oh, it came out in 2020. No, haven't seen it, Baptiste. Maybe I'll look into it later. 11th vlog. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? How you doing, bro? 11th vlog. JMO, I'm doing some creative work. I was on the Be a Pro stream, but I missed the one after due to handling some other things outside of here. Oh, being a pro. Which one was that? Was that 47? Oh, it was 47. Yeah, the last stream, 48, was the secret stream. I just did it randomly at night just to see if any of you guys would show up. Because the other thing too is by me always doing the stream on a Saturday or Sunday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, I know that you guys are in different time zones and your availability is sort of all over the place. And even though this is like the best time for me to do a stream, I'm trying to find out ways to do more streams at off hours to maybe better compensate the viewers that are in, say, Asia or Europe, for example. So like the time zones aren't as crazy. But yeah, always love hearing from you guys whenever you come to any of the streams. I'm new here. What topics do you talk about? Okay, so 11th vlog, usually I talk about three pretty common subjects: psychedelic mushrooms, addictions, more specifically gambling, and general self-improvement. And the reason I talk about these three subjects is that addictions is sort of like the negative habit that you have. It could be alcohol, drugs, girls, porn, video games, gambling. Like these are all negative habits you have. Like these are all addictions. And then things like psychedelics is a topic that I've found a tremendous amount of benefit in. So I like to talk about those two things, even though they're complete polar opposites. One is very detrimental to my life, and the other is very beneficial to my life and my overall self improvement journey. Because I think self improvement is one of the best things you can commit to if you are a human being, because you adopt this mindset and mentality of perpetual learner. You are someone that wakes up every single day and you always want to better your life. You want to excel, you want to improve, you don't want to stay stagnant. And the reason this is important is because if you are someone that dislikes your life, say you wake up and you find life boring, you hate your job, you don't want to go to school, you don't have any friends, like whatever. If you find yourself complaining about your life, the answer is, what are you going to do about it? Because no one is going to come and save you. It doesn't matter what your friends do or your family or your parents, no one is going to come and save you. You have to save yourself. And this is what is awesome about self-improvement, is that it holds yourself accountable. So me, for example, I'm, in a job I just despise, I dislike. So what are you going to do about it? Like, how are you going to get out of that situation? And for me, it's content creation, because this is what I love. And so am I going to spend my weekend, just chilling, playing Call of Duty all night, watching movies and Netflix and video games? Or am I going to try to do something productive with my time and use this identity of self-improvement? And hey, I want to get better at speaking. I want to get better at streaming. I want to connect with my subscribers. I want to be someone that improves my vocabulary of words. And the only way you get better at creating YouTube videos or talking to a camera is by repetition and doing it. And this is what this stream is. Right now, I am forced in the moment to convey my thoughts in a live setting without any type of script. I have no pre-planned notions or ideas that I've written down before this stream goes live. There's nothing. I'm just free-balling it in the moment. And in the beginning, when I started AMA 1, I was horrible. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know any subjects to talk about or what you guys would find interesting. But now, 49 streams later, because I've adopted this identity of self-improvement, I am such a more capable, confident, and responsible human being based on where Derek was in 2019. And I pretty much love it. Oh man, 3Gs is always enough for a great time. Yeah, it's gonna be wild, bro. I can already feel it coming in. I'm getting the lightheadedness. I gotta eat some waffles. I'll be back on. Okay. All right, waffles for breakfast sounds like a good choice. Hey, Forrest, I don't remember any titles. Like titles of the stream? Yeah, neither do I. Hey, Mitch. What's up, Mitch? How you doing, bro? Happy Sunday. I want to buy that mud water drink. What is that? Mud water. What is mud water? Oh, that coffee thing. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I want to buy that mud water drink when I can afford it to help with my insomnia, because since the pandemic, my sleep has been shit. Oh, wait, so it's the opposite of coffee? It helps you sleep rather than a stimulant? Oh, that's interesting. The mud water drink is made out of mushrooms. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh man, I can I'm getting like a super strong body high. What time is it? 12:28. Okay, so it's been 58 minutes. So it's pretty much right on cue, right on cue. I feel like an immense body high right here in my chest. It's like really strong. Oh. Whew. JMO 1000. Hope you can get some sleep, bro. Yeah, man. Sleep is so important. Sleep is something that I try my best to get better at or try to improve every single day. But it's tough. For whatever reason, it's tough getting to bed at a decent time. I'm pretty good with waking up early. I have no problem waking up first thing in the morning, but it's just getting to bed early is always a struggle for me. And a big part of that is like having kids, right? Because it's not just my nighttime routine, it's the whole family's nighttime routine. I hope to be where you are someday, brother. 2023 is the year to kill my old self and determine to do that. Yeah, all you have to do is start. And what's interesting about this whole journey, JMO, is that it's not really about where you are compared to me or where I am compared to some other person. The journey is internal. The person that I know that people say that comparison is a thief of joy, but you want to compare yourself to your past self. Comparison is extremely, extremely important because you need to ask yourself, is 2023 Derek better than 2022 Derek? And if the answer is yes, then I'm doing something right. And if the answer is no, I need to find out what I'm doing wrong. Am I holding myself accountable? Am I working hard enough? Am I trying? Am I putting in effort? Like, why am I not better than last year's version of myself? So comparison is incredibly, incredibly important when you compare yourself to your past self. And so the best thing you can do is to just start. Just starting is the best thing. And I tell people this all the time. When I did my podcast, the Bearsy podcast, episode number 1 was just me, and it was titled Just Start. I was sitting in the bedroom of my old house, and I didn't have a table or an office like I do now, and I was just sitting at my wife's makeup vanity mirror, like that little, I don't know what it is, it's like this table that has like this big oval mirror and has all these little cupboards for makeup and mascara and stuff, and like all these weird lights. I don't know what it is. I sat at that and recorded a podcast, and the reason that episode is so important is because I just started. I didn't care about any of my surroundings, or I didn't care about what I was lacking in terms of gear or setting or environment or equipment. You just have to start. And the same thing applies to in life. Another day, bro. Salute. Hey, Forrest. What? What? You got this, GMO. Many people have overcome and changed. You can too. It helps you sleep and help you get your day started too. Mudwater from their website. Wish I got paid for this free advertising. Our blends are made with organic herbs, spices, mushrooms with no to low caffeine. They help you rise in the morning, balance throughout the day, and rest in the evening. Oh, that's so interesting. And it's called Mudwater. That's a funny name. So you take it at night before going to bed. I guess that's the idea. Oh man. Oh. I just have like a wave of like anxiety and okay. Sorry, just there's like waves of anxiousness that you get sometimes with mushrooms, sort of similar to marijuana when you get like the deep feelings of paranoia, and sensitivity. A lot of people hate this feeling. It's very uncomfortable. uh, uh give me a sec. Okay. Let's read some more comments. Yeah, I'm totally feeling it right now. I have the super heightened sensitivity. I feel extremely anxious, body high. There's no visual hallucinations or impairment yet. That's probably going to come soon. Uh, yeah, just it's a lot right now. Oh man. Okay, I gotta concentrate on something. Okay, where was I in the chat? I think the chat will help with this. 12:29 Eastern Standard Time over here in Baltimore. Yeah, East Coast, bro. East Coast. Oh, Swen. What's up, Swen? See, I love this back and forth between Mitch and JMO. Batiste asking where to get the mushrooms, I think. I'm interested in knowing too, and I ain't a narc. Yeah, so the whole mushroom thing about where to get, I'm not promoting use by any means, even though this is what I'm doing right now. I only want to promote my personal experience. If you would like to try this type of stuff, obviously look into the type of laws your country has. Again, I'm lucky to be in a country where spores are legal. It's acceptable here in Canada. You can legally buy spores of mushrooms and pretty much just grow them in a little, I don't know what you would call it, like a little container house thing. And it's generally supported by our government, even though it's still deemed as illegal. I've talked to some law professionals who, they don't really care too much about it. If you're just like a guy just, having a couple mushrooms here or there, generally they don't really care. It's when you are creating some type of business or organization where you are selling products, that's when it's extremely illegal. Never do that. Never get into any of that type of stuff, and never get mixed in with those type of people, right? Again, you want to be safe, you want to be legal, and all I'm trying to do is just promote like the educational information based on my own experience. And I'm struggling. I'm struggling to do that right now. Oh man. Okay, I need to concentrate on something. Okay, where was I in the chat? Yeah, I'm tripping hard right now. It's oh man, it's like it's full blown super anxious. There's like extreme feelings of anxiety and paranoia. Breathing is a little difficult because of like the body high that I have in my chest. It's extremely uncomfortable, but it's very interesting. Everything is super bright. These lights that are on my desk that are right in front of my face are just tripping me out because they're super bright. Everything is, the best word I can describe is vibrance. When there's always a strange period where your vision is affected by psychedelic mushrooms. And I've talked to other people about this before. And a lot of people don't believe me that your depth perception can increase, your vision can improve, the colors you see can become enhanced, but it is true. Generally, this is a temporary thing. It usually lasts, in my experience, for like 15 to 30 minutes. You'll get these interesting enhancements to your vision, and then they'll slowly fade away over time. And that's what I'm experiencing right now. All these lights on my desk are super bright. This is really hard to stay connected to the stream and do this how I normally do. It's my brain is like this. It's going all over the place. It's thinking of like a million things all at the same time. Let's see what's going on. Oh no, Forrest, I might be sick. I'm trying so hard to work out, but I feel like a slug on Mars. You feel like a slug on Mars. I don't think I've ever read that or heard anyone say that ever. That anti-insomnia talk woke me right up for a sec. Yeah, I can relate. I love the taste of mushrooms. It complements great food, especially when it's cooked in sauces and spices. I think those, regular mushrooms are great. Hey Derek, have you heard the song I'm on Shrooms by The Lonely Island? Oh, no. I know The Lonely Island, but I've never heard. Is it recent? Maybe it's like a recent song. Oh. Sorry, this is, oh, man. I'm like seeing things. Okay. Yeah, I'm I'm straight tripping right now. It's I'm trying to put it into words, but my there's like a disconnect between my lips and my brain right now. It's very interesting. The best way I can describe, okay, so what am I experiencing? So vibrance, brightness, highlights in particular. I don't know if any of you guys edit photos, but contrast and highlights is something that determines vibrance. The brightness of things around you, generally it's light. Everything is super bright. I'm not seeing any visual abnormalities, but visually everything is pretty crazy right now. How does that make you feel? Or are you talking about a comment? I'm struggling to read the comments right now. Sorry about my typing grammar. It's been subpar today. Mitch, I appreciate it, bro, because sometimes when I comment on certain pages, people rip the hell out of you, so it's definitely brutal in these YouTube streets. Yeah, YouTube comments is rough. It's actually a rough place to be. I get tons and tons of negative comments and criticism, but it doesn't really bother me, mainly because of my age. Oh, so you are talking to me. How... It's interesting because most people they don't like the anxious feeling or the paranoia. Most people see those feelings as negatives, right? And they try to stay away from them. But I see them as a net benefit, as a net positive for me, because it makes me feel a way where I can't get to without mushrooms. And so there is this experience that is so foreign to me. I actually enjoy it. I enjoy the paranoia. I enjoy this like body high, this heightened sense of anxiety. There's like this overall increase in your anxieties as a person. I get this, and for whatever reason, I kind of enjoy those things. Um, I view obstacles in your life as learning moments. And the big reason for that is if you always do what's comfortable, you're never going to grow. So I'm always searching for things that are difficult. And this is why I gravitate so much towards cold showers, because it doesn't matter how many days in a row or how many years I've done cold showers, they never get better. They always suck. And especially right now in the winter when it's super cold outside and there's snow everywhere, taking a cold shower in February or March is horrible in Canada. It's terrible. It sucks. It just always sucks every single day of the week. It doesn't matter when you do it, what time of the day you do it, or who you are, it always sucks. And so I don't believe people when they say, "Oh yeah, it gets better in time." It hasn't for me. Every time I turn that handle in the shower to blue and all the cold water hits me, I start like hyperventilating right away. And it's just never fun. However, there's something that you gain as a human being when you keep overcoming difficult tasks. And the reason for that is because whenever you're struck with tragedy in your life, something unexpected is going to come up in your life whether you like it or not. Maybe like a family member dies, a car crash, someone has a flat tire, you lose your job, someone needs your help, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter what you do today and how well you prepare your life. In the future, there's always going to be some occurrence, some act of God, some random event that is going to put you through a tremendous amount of stress. However, if you are constantly doing difficult things, like what I do on a daily basis, where I go through periods of food deprivation with fasting, right? I go through usually 5 days a week. I have a pretty strict fasting regimen. Cold showers, every single day, like whatever. I'm doing all these difficult things that I don't want to do. They all suck. It's never fun. It's never enjoyable. But I'm conditioning myself that when something difficult comes up, when an obstacle arises in my path, I don't freak out and lose my sanity, because I've been training myself to do difficult things, to overcome things that quote unquote suck, right? And so there's benefit to that. So the next time some crazy random event is going to happen in my life, and I know it's coming whether I like it or not, something is going to happen, but I am going to have a better perspective and such. It's almost like a calmness to a point where you can make better decisions in the moment under duress. And that's what it is. That's what all this like self-improvement stuff is about. It is doing difficult things in the moment so that it will better your life in the future and allow you, to make good decisions when you're under stress. And even right now, like I'm struggling so hard to keep my train of thought, because the body high from the mushrooms is crazy. The amount of like anxiety that I feel right now is off the charts. Everything is like super bright, but I'm trying my best to keep my train of thought going, right? And work on speaking during the live stream, right? And it's incredibly difficult. But if you always do what's comfortable, if you always do what's easy, in the future when you're faced with adversity, you're just gonna crumble, right? You're gonna crumble as a person, and that's who I was when I was a teenager. If I got like a flat tire, I'd be running to my dad. Oh, dad, save me, save me. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix a tire. I don't know how to, I'm stranded at the side of the road. I don't know who to call. Like, weak. I was weak. I had never overcome any adversities in my life. I always did what's comfortable. Ate fast food and candy and bullshit. Never worked out. Never did anything hard, and it just creates a weak person. And eventually, when you grow up, you're going to realize that, no one in life is going to save you. It's only yourself. The only person that can save you is yourself. Right? And so that's why I feel like all this self-improvement stuff, it's so good for pretty much anyone. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. This idea of just trying to better your life, one day at a time. Even if it's just like the tiniest thing. Even if it's like maybe just today you want to work on gratitude. Maybe today you just want to think about, I'm happy that like my parents are still alive. Like my dad called me this afternoon right before the stream. And I'm grateful for that. Because some people don't have a loving father that would call them, and so it's all about perspective. Like when life is easy, life is comfortable, you don't think about these things. You take everything for granted. And it's important to to take time out of your day and realize, like what are you doing? Like what are you doing on a day-to-day basis? Like what is this existential question of what is like the meaning of life? What are you here for? And so, all of this stuff kind of ties together into the self-improvement world. Gratitude, overcoming difficult tasks, being open to new experiences and perspectives and ideas. It just molds you as an individual into a better human being. And that's all that I'm pretty much doing, right? Just trying to be a better human. And the description that I always remind myself in my brain is to be pragmatic. That is the word that I am trying to achieve. I want to be pragmatic with the way that I think, the way that I approach the world, and the way that I treat people. I think that's super important. Oh man, I don't even know if I can read the comments section anymore. Oh, what's going on? What's up, Cowboy? That's an interesting name. I don't think I've ever seen it spelled that way. Cowboy with a K. What's up, bro? Okay, I'm gonna try to read this. Yo, the mushrooms are wild. See, this is a big difference between microdosing and macrodosing. Whenever you take a microdose, you don't get any of this craziness. Oh man. Whenever you microdose, you get these like the creative benefits, the focus benefits, the productivity benefits, but you don't get any of the body high, anxiety, hallucinations. You don't get any of the physical stuff. However, the true growth that you experience as a person, it comes from the macrodose side. Oh. Okay, I'm trying to read this comment, but it's like so hard. Sorry, Cowboy. I'm trying to get to this. I can't like read this comment for whatever reason. Everything is so distracting. I saw your videos on gambling. I recently started after being referred by a friend. I've set my limits to about $20 each game day. I've spent more some days, but I've won more than lost so far. Yeah, the gambling thing is rough. I've been getting a lot of people that have been reaching out to me and saying like, hey, your videos about your struggles with gambling addiction, they've really helped me to improve my life. They've given me perspective. Your stories have helped me, and people just saying thank you. And I love that stuff because I never thought that anyone would really care. Because when I first created that first video about gambling addiction, I was like, man, people are gonna think I'm a loser, right? Like, why would anyone want to watch this? This isn't cool. And I thought that it would be viewed in a negative light. Like, they'd be, oh, look at this guy. This guy, he can't control his bank account. He can't control his life. He's wasting away in a casino, betting on chance and cards and poker, and slots and roulette. And I always thought that the response would be negative, but for whatever reason, I decided to just make that video anyway. And the response that I've got from you guys has been overwhelmingly positive. So good to hear. Good to hear, Cowboy. Not much. Love the work you put into your videos. Keep it up. Yeah, the cinematic stuff, I try to do it when I have time. Problem is now I have 2 kids. So just so you guys know, a lot of my videos, it'll probably just be a talking head because I don't have the time anymore to go out and shoot B-roll with my camera, and I love doing that. I miss the cinematography stuff. I hope to get back there one day when the kids grow up, have more time to do that, to sort of venture out and film my surroundings. But for now, being a good father is important to me, right? And trying to find a way where I can still create content, I can still release videos regularly, but it just won't have the same production value or same effects of B-roll and transitions. And I think that's okay. I can always get back to the videography stuff another time. I know nothing of mushrooms. Sounds interesting. Yeah, so whenever I try to explain this to people, there's a super wide range of mushrooms, in terms of dosages. This is what's super cool about mushrooms. You can control the dose, right? So for example, right now I'm full blown in the middle of a 3-gram trip right now. So this is it's oh man, it's so hard for me to focus on the comment section and to focus on the stream because there's a lot going on right now. So 3 grams is 3,000 milligrams of psilocybin, and I talked about this earlier, but 3 grams is the range where I can still function. Generally, in my past experience as a human being, I can still kind of converse and have conversations. The hallucinations aren't overpowering. And so I think 3 grams for me, again, this is for my own personal experience, it's a good ceiling to go to because then I can relay to you guys what I'm experiencing in the moment, right? Because if I were to go higher, if I were to go in the 4-gram, 5-gram trip, I won't be able to speak. It will just be craziness, and there's no benefit for you guys to see that. If I'm gonna do a big trip, then I should just make a separate YouTube video about it. So I did, I have that video. I tried a heroic dose of psychedelic mushrooms, and it's a picture of my face with half of it is the purple lightning sky. So that video is me under 5,000 milligrams. And I did my best to explain what I was feeling in the moment. And I just based on my own personal use and experience, I know that I can't function as a human being during a live stream if the potency is that high. But 3 grams is, it's like my limit. Like I'm at my limit right now. Um, oh man. Sorry, I'm just trying to like. I'm trying to maintain my composure. It's so hard. It's so hard to stay composed. Like there's so much going on. Everything is like wild right now. Is this something you buy from Walmart? Hey, you know what? Maybe one day, right? Maybe one day, you never know. This whole mushroom renaissance that's going on in the world. Maybe one day they'll be coming soon to a Walmart near you. That'd be hilarious. I plan on adopting my first son in the next 3 years at 26 years old, and I like forward. Oh, you, man, I can't read, and I look forward to fatherhood. Oh, that's awesome, bro. Wait, so are you 26 now, or are you going to be 26 in the next 3 years? Sorry, my like ability to, my reading comprehension is like going out the window right now. I'm just like, I'm too distracted. It's so hard to focus on a sentence. On a sentence. Oh. Oh man. Sorry. So this is hilarious. Doing it for us in science. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Forrest knows what's up. Preppy for live. Hi man, how are you doing? Hey bro, you joined at a super interesting time. Welcome to the 3 grams of psilocybin. Oh my gosh. I'm just like so silly. I feel so silly right now. Like I'm trying to stay mature and be composed. Oh, but it's so difficult. But yeah, how I'm doing? I'm right in the middle of a pretty intense mushroom trip, and it's a lot of fun. It's the best I could. That's the best way I could put it right now. You know what's funny? When I watch the replay, when I watch the replay of this is gonna be hilarious. It's like you know when you have an emotion. Okay, let me try to describe to you guys what I'm feeling. You know when you have an emotion, right? Like when you're a kid and your parents buy you a toy that you really wanted, your happiness, it goes from like a 0 to a 10, right? And you reach, let me just take this off. I can't with the glasses anymore. Oh, okay. Actually no, maybe I do need it. Oh, that's hilarious. It's worse without the glasses. My whoa. It just makes my bad vision even. Yeah, the visuals without my glasses is way worse. With the glasses, I can at least kind of focus. Okay. What was I talking about? Yo, this is crazy. My brain is all over the place. Okay, what was I just talking about? I was just talking about something. I was going to take off my glasses. Okay, what I was oh, happiness. When a parent buys you something, right? Yeah. So when a parent buys you a gift, your happiness as a child goes from 0 to 10, and you reach like an extreme level of happiness. What's interesting now, it's with mushrooms. All of your feelings start firing simultaneously all at the same time. Whereas before, you know, you might be happy, and then you might be sad, and then you might be chill, and then something might be funny. But right now everything is firing all at once. And it's like a lot. I'm like being overwhelmed. I feel super happy, super grateful. Everything is extremely funny, and there's like a sense of joy and satisfaction and fulfillment. Like there's just like so much emotionally all going on at the same time. It's like the best way I can explain it. Let the fun out. let it all out, Derek. Oh man. This is hilarious. This is probably like the funniest stream I've ever had. Okay. All right. I'm good. Okay, let's see. Laughter is the best medicine. Oh man, my reading comprehension is so rough. Laughing is the best medicine necessary in life. Yeah, the words are three-dimensional. It's like not a 2D space anymore. The words are like popping out. So yeah, I'm like mildly hallucinating right now. Okay, I need to focus and read this sentence. Laughter is the best medicine necessary in life. If something or someone gets me in a crappy mood, I just turn to laughter and help me cope with all the BS in my life. I couldn't have worded it better for you. So funny. Yeah, you gotta have fun. You gotta laugh. Like you can't always take life so serious, right? Laughter is important too. That's why I think comedians are necessary for humanity. You know, they provide a service that you just kind of can't get anywhere else, right? And so I've actually been listening to a lot of podcasts lately with comedians, just, you know, for their perspective, whether it's on serious subjects or what's going on in the world, but even to just be entertained and have a good laugh at the end of the day. I've been doing on my drive home, on my commute from work to home at night. And usually the commute's like super boring. Like we'll get on the highway and it's just like straight for, I don't know, 30 minutes. And it's like a super boring drive. Wait, hold on, the music. Let me turn this music back on. That's interesting. But yeah, been trying to listen to a lot of like comedians on my way home from work, because that's the part of my day where I'm the least productive and I'm the most tired. Because you know, when you wake up early, you get a whole bunch of stuff done. Either you're at school or you go to work or you go to the gym, and you're just like pushing, you're just like hustling, you're getting after it, you're just like doing things, you're all over the place, and you're having lunch and you're getting back to work, or maybe you're getting back to studying. Everything is like go, 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 go. And then 8 o'clock hits and your brain is kind of tired, you know, because you did a lot, you accomplished a lot in one day. And so in the past, I would try to force productivity by listening to an ebook And I always felt like this was the wrong time because my brain was pretty much fried from all the activities of the day. And so by listening to just a bunch of comedians, give their perspective on certain topics, it's been super enjoyable for me recently. So that's what I've been trying to spend my time on. It's like a mixture of books and like nonfiction books and some podcasts every once in a while. It's like kind of like getting a nice balance, right? A nice mix. To quote Mike Tyson, life is a joke because in the end we'll all be skull and bones. Yeah, that's like that. There's a lot of truth in that quote, right? And it's interesting because I think about this a lot. And if you think about time and what the average life expectancy is, like say if you're lucky, let's just say best case scenario, you're extremely lucky where you avoid cancer, you avoid getting hit by a car, you avoid, I don't know, some wild accident where you fall and break your leg, whatever. Like there's so many random occurrences that can happen to you in life. Now let's say you avoid all of them. Let's say if you're lucky, you don't have any hereditary diseases or anything crazy like that. If you're lucky, you probably live mid 80s in a Western world, that has hospitals and access to good food and cleanliness. So, mid 80s. That's so quick. That's like nothing. I'm like, even for me, I'm like halfway there almost. Like I'm 38. In a couple more years, I'll be 40, and that's halfway to 80. And it's interesting because even for me, all my 38 years on this earth, they aren't all created equal. Like the first 5 years you have on earth, you don't remember anything. I have no memories of what it was like when I was 5. And then even after that, from 6 all the way to 20, all of those years are like throwaway years. I don't know anything about the world. I don't know what's going on. I don't have any good concrete thoughts or ideas. I'm just sort of going with the flow. And it's not until you reach like your mid 20s is when you sort of learn things about life. Your brain becomes fully developed. I think that the age is 27, right? And so again, like think about that. Like think how lucky, quote unquote, you have to be to avoid all this negativity, to avoid all these freak accidents or diseases. And if you're lucky enough to avoid all that, you only have a few decades of life that's good to live. So man, it's like laughing, being happy, joy. It's like a huge part of what it is, of this whole journey of our whole existence. And it's like a huge waste of time to be pessimistic, like I have tons of coworkers that I talk to, and they're just always pessimistic. They hate the world, they hate the government, they hate society. They're blaming this, blaming that. Inflation is this, taxes are that, and it's just like their whole life is filled with negativity. And I'm like, dude, you have such a short period of life on this earth. Like you should spend every moment you can doing positive things, happy, like building happy moments, like doing things that gives you fulfillment, spending time with your family, spending time on a passion project, right? And it's unfortunate, right? It's unfortunate that a lot of people kind of have this mindset where it's always someone else's fault, and this kind of piggybacks on this previous topic that I was talking about on accountability, right? You got to hold yourself accountable because no one's going to come and save you. So you're still young. Yeah, that's true. But also I don't take it for granted. I'm super grateful every day, when I wake up and I have health, I have like a good bill of health. I have all my limbs. I can still talk and speak freely and do things that I love to do. Like, I'm so grateful for my health. I'm starting to lose my memories from ages 3 to 6, but eventually I'm going to lose my first 10 to 12 years worth of memories as I get older, heading into my late 20s and 30s. Oh, man. I wish I had a different mouse. This stupid mouse is tripping me out. Look at my mouse. Look at this. Like, this thing keeps changing colors, and it's like a circular spiral of rainbow is coming at me. Like, why man, why don't I just have a normal mouse? Like, why does it have to have lights? This is such a big distraction. I'm having a lot of fun today. This is fun. The best revenge in life is success. That's the only way to defeat most of the BS you've dealt with in your past and present. Yo, triple rat, it's a sign. Hey, Forrest, you're never gonna let me live that one down, right? Year of the rat. Yo, I remember that moment. That was so funny. Yo, you guys are hilarious. You crack me up. Never. I love it. I love it. Oh man. Yo, this is so much harder than what I thought. You know, I think if I was streaming without all these lights, this would probably be a lot easier. Wait, can you guys hear the kids? Lincoln is upstairs. I think he's crying about something. Can you guys hear them? I know you can probably hear their footsteps or their toys banging on the ground or something. Yeah, that's oh yeah, I can hear him. I can hear him screaming about something. Uh-oh, poor guy. But yeah, man, I wish I had a different mouse. Oh my gosh. I'm losing my motor skills over here. Okay. This is just super enjoyable. Feel good right now. Feels like super relaxed. I classify as a... What is that? Man, this is not a good time for me to learn a new word. Misanthrope? Misanthrope. Misanthrope? Misanthrope? Let me Google that. Misanthrope. A person who dislikes a person who dislikes humankind and avoids human society. Really? Oh, that's wild. It's a wild word. Oh my gosh. Misanthropy is the general hatred, dislike, distrust, or contempt of the human species, human behavior, or human nature. Oh my gosh, yo, that is strong. That's a strong word. So you classify as a misanthrope. I still don't know how to say it or how to pronounce it. So I can understand why some of your coworkers are pessimistic towards people. But life is a movie and you gotta be the main character no matter what. I heard them. Oh, you heard them. Oh, yeah, the kids. Yeah, it's see, my whole thing with the pessimism, it's just like it's like a waste of time. Like, say you like what's the most common? I mean, let me pick the most common argument that they use. Like, people always blame the economy and the government for like inflation and how wages are so low, for example, right? Now, so many people, I always hear people complain about their wage. You know, wages are so low, wages are this, wages are that, we should get paid more. But it's like you spend all this time complaining and complaining and blaming other people and blaming institutions. Like, if you just didn't do any of that and use all that time to maybe you find a better job. Take all that wasted time and energy, maybe put it into a side hustle, put it into a skill, put it into a hobby. Like, do something with it, because the amount of time that people waste just complaining about stuff, it's endless. It never stops. It's like a black hole. It just keeps going and going and going. It's a huge trap, like the pessimistic way to live life, because nothing beneficial or productive comes out of it. The only thing beneficial is it maybe in the okay, let's say maybe in the moment you feel better about yourself because you can shift blame to an external factor. Fair enough. Fine. Okay, so in the moment maybe you feel a bit better, or you feel good about complaining about something. But after that moment passes, it's like, then what are you left with? Does that happiness, does it stay with you? Well, no, because now you're in the same situation as you were in before, as you were in yesterday. And, it perpetuates that same cycle. I don't make enough, government's fault. You know why? It's because I don't make enough, and it just keeps cycling over and over and over. So I relate to everyone else that does me wrong. Screw them. Hold on, I think I missed one of your comments. A misanthrope is a person that has a strong dislike or hatred for humankind. I strongly dislike humankind, but I have no hatred for people. Okay, that's it's an interesting distinction. I just don't F with people, but I get along with people. I relate to everyone else. Oh my gosh, I can't read this text. It's like a moving pyramid. It's like, you know how lines of text are like this? This like this bunch of horizontal lines. It's like they flying out at me. It's like your sentences are flying out of the monitor. I like you, Derek, by the way. You motivate me. Glad to hear, bro. You just probably joined the wrong stream. if you're hoping for motivation. This is oh man. This is so funny. This is so funny. What am I doing? It's like I'm tripping my brains out right now. And I'm broadcasting. I'm broadcasting myself to the internet. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Like, in what world did I think this would be a good idea? This is so funny. Oh, how did I think this would be a good idea? Like, I guess maybe there's a level of arrogance that I had when I was like sober. where I felt, oh yeah, I'm okay. I'm strong-willed. I'm experienced when it comes to mushrooms. I've had numerous 3 gram trips in the past. I can keep it together and have a live stream. What is going on? This is craziness. Oh man. Yo, this is a lot. This is a lot. I'm like overcome with like happiness and laughter. It's oh man. People still here? Oh, this is wild. Can't believe I did this. I can't believe I did this. You made a misanthrope like you, so that's something. That is something too. I'm dying with you. Dopamine. Hey, what's up, bro? How do I say your name? Yaya? What's up, Yaya? How you doing, bro? Welcome to the height of the mushroom stream, where I'm struggling to keep it together. Okay, so let me I gotta take a break from the chat. Like I can't read the sentences that you guys are writing in there. It just like like I'm hallucinating so hard that it's like impossible for me to focus on text. Okay, so let me try to explain what I'm feeling, because this is 2 hours into 3 grams of psychedelics. Oh man, this is a lot. Hey Martin, what's up, dude? I can see oh man. Martin, you joined at a wild time. I'm trying to like keep it together. Okay, so feelings. Let's talk about feelings right now. Let's talk about the experience. 2 hour mark. 2 hour mark. Okay, so it was 11:30, 12:30, yeah, 1:30. So 2 hours ago, 3,000 milligrams of psilocybin. It was 2 capsules, 2 stems, and 2 caps. So like the stem is like the base, kind of like, think of like a broccoli, the stem, broccoli stem, mushroom stem, and then mushroom caps. So the reason that you want to take the stem and the cap is so you have like you get the full effect, right? Same with the capsules. Capsules are basically just grinded up mushrooms. However, I don't like, you don't know, are you getting a lot of stems or is there just caps? Like, you don't know what's in the capsule, right? So I feel like balancing the range is good. And so I'm gonna turn up the music because the music helps me. Okay, I'm gonna turn up the music and I'm gonna ignore the comments. So sorry guys if you have a comment, I ignore you, but know that I'm grateful that you're here. So I just want to explain or try to best put into words what I'm experiencing right now. So the body high is super intense. I can feel it in the palm of my hand, my fingertips, everything is pulsing. It's very similar to that of edible marijuana. So if you've had edible marijuana before, then you know what I'm talking about. That sort of sensitivity you feel. It's like you can feel the hairs on your legs touch the inner lining of your pants. That type of sensitivity. So right now I have like a full body sensitivity going. Everything from my fingertips to my face all the way down to my toes. I can feel my socks. And the body high is the strongest in my chest for whatever reason. This isn't super common, but just for this one particular trip, the body high is super strong in my chest. I can feel it right here. The anxiety is kind of off the chain. It's interesting because I'm not a very anxious person. I know a lot of people talk about how they struggle with anxiety, or maybe you struggle with depression. Maybe this is what you feel when you feel anxious. I used to have a lot of anxiety problems, like socially, when I was younger. I was always anxious in like a group setting where I was like, man, what am I going to say? People might laugh at me if I say something stupid or uncool in front of the group, right? So I always had like social anxiety. But this type of anxiety that I'm feeling right now, it's like existential. It's like full body, and it's very strong. It's very intense. So if I had to put a number to it, say a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of the severity of how it affects your life, if you are having some type of social anxiety, it's like a 3 or a 2. Then this is like an 8 or a 9. It's triple the level of anxiety. It's super, super strong. And same goes for the paranoia. I have feelings, immense feelings of paranoia right now, because I know that I need to change this song. I know that I am streaming. Hold on, let me change the music. This music's annoying. I need like something I can focus on. There we go. So the paranoia is wild because I know I'm streaming right now. And so I'm paranoid because I have no idea like what people will think of me, or maybe I'm paranoid because whatever I put out there into the world. But at the end of the day, this is just, it's part of me. It's who I am. This is my authentic self. All these videos that I talk about on YouTube and all these concepts and ideas, they come from the heart. I stopped scripting videos about last year, I think, maybe 9 to 12 months ago. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stop scripting stuff. Like, I have a teleprompter back there. I have this thing that attaches to my camera lens, and I can put my phone under and read off a script. But I'm just like, I don't want to do that anymore. It's so inauthentic, it's fake, it's not who I am. Right? It's not who I am. And this is part of who I am, right? And so paranoia, super high. In fact, it's on a scale of 1 to 10, paranoia is at like an 8. Anxiety, no, if the If the anxiety is at an 8, then the paranoia is at a 7. The paranoia is one step below the intensity of the anxiety, so that's what I'm feeling. Now, in terms of external influences, the hallucinations are pretty mild. Lettering appears in 3 dimensions, they kind of popping out of the screen at me. But colors are the most distracting. I have all these like stupid lights on my desk in front of me, like lighting my face, because in videography the worst thing you can have is downward lights. See, ceiling lights is the worst. Here's a pro tip: if you want to make YouTube videos, you want to have a light source in front of your face. The lights that come from the ceiling, like this downward lighting, does not help you at all. If anything, it's detrimental to filming videos. You want to get in front of a light source, i.e. a window. Sit in front of a window. That'll be your best friend moving forward if you want to create YouTube videos. And so the lighting, and more specifically the vibrance of lights, is super bright. It's super strong. So those are the external factors. Now, why would I do something like this? What is the benefit of these psychedelic trips? This is usually what people ask me. And so the first benefit is the effect that it has on your mind. Now, even though there is paranoia and there's all this anxiety, there is this extremely heightened level of creativity where my brain is thinking about all these different subjects and ideas. And this is what I usually like to do when I write. Every once in a while, I have a monthly newsletter that I sent out, so I like to write regularly. But something about mushrooms has this positive effect on the wiring of your brain's ability to formulate sentences and put words together. It's almost as if I wasn't on mushrooms, you default to certain words that you use on a daily basis, and you kind of don't go outside the realm of comfortability. So you use the types of words that you use all the time. But mushrooms, it opens this neurological pathway, this avenue, this alley to strange descriptive words that I wouldn't use normally. So, for example, what did I just say? Alley? Like alley. Like I never use the word alley ever. So it has this very strange effect on your vocabulary. And I'm someone who really appreciates vocabulary. I love words. I love the beauty behind words. I love the sentence structures and just everything about what's the proper way to talk about linguistics, language. Everything about language I really appreciate. I think a part of that is I really respect people like Jordan Peterson, for example, who is very well read, very well spoken. There's a certain level of respect that you have whenever you hear like an intelligent person speak, especially if they're like a professor, for example. Like, Jordan Peterson's probably a guy that has like I'd imagine a master's degree somewhere, because he's like a clinical psychologist, I think. But anyways, whatever, regardless of his credentials, like you respect someone that has like that high level of language. It's something that I'm super envious of. If I'm being totally honest, sounding smart is something that I've wanted probably for so long. I don't know what that is. It's like a weird thing to want. It's a weird thing to admit. Like, you want to sound smart? Like, that sounds terrible. But yeah, something about Jordan Peterson, whether you agree with him or not, regardless of what you think about his politics or regardless of what you think about his arguments, at the end of the day, the way he speaks and conveys himself, there's something about that that's truly admiring or honorable, or I'm envious of that, right? So that's why I really appreciate language. I like that guy. Who's that? Forrest? Hey, Forrest. Still here? See, oh man, language is hard, right? I'm seeing like rainbows right now. Sorry, just give me a minute. I'm trying to find a way to like suppress everything I'm feeling so I can describe what's going on. This is way harder than I ever thought it would be. Like I do podcasts regularly, I do live streams regularly, record YouTube videos. Yeah, no problem, whatever. Big whoop. So I felt that because I also have experience with psychedelic trips, that I'd be able to combine the two and be okay. And it's way harder than I ever thought. Like way harder. Okay. I'm gonna get back to the comments. I need some direction right now. I'm like all over the place. I saw Forrest somewhere. I like that guy. Oh, Jordan Peterson? Yeah, I like him too. He's probably Toronto's hero, I guess you would say, because he was a professor. Was a professor in the University of Toronto. I think the universities and school boards are coming after him, which is unfortunate. I don't know enough to talk about that situation, but yeah, I enjoy the guy. I read one of his books, and to be perfectly honest, I didn't like it. I can't remember what it was called. It was something. There's like a certain number of lessons for life or something like that. And I heard that a lot of people really loved his book. And I found it to be challenging to read. Maybe it's because of my lack of vocabulary, but I found myself going to the dictionary a lot. Like, what does this word mean? What does this mean? What is this? Like, it was hard for me to consume. I think if you want to read a book from a guy like Jordan Peterson, who's like at such a super high level, you probably need to put yourself in an environment where you can focus in on what you're reading, instead of me, who was just like trying to read it on my lunch break or something, where I just had like half an hour to kill. 12 lessons. Oh, that was it. 12 lessons. Yeah. Let me just. I want to see what it looks like. 12 lessons. Jordan Peterson. Oh man, typing is interesting. Oh, that was it. 12 rules for life. That was the book. Yeah. To be perfectly honest, a lot of people love that book, but it wasn't it for me, and that's fine. It's okay. I try not to let my personal biases and beliefs for people affect the way that I consume books. So like just because I admire and love Jordan Peterson's work, I don't want that to affect the way that I read his book, right? And I try to approach it with like a clean slate. I try to be as neutral as I can when it comes to information. Rick H, I'm about to trip right now too. Oh, Rick H, what's up, dude? How you doing? Welcome to the craziest stream. Welcome to the craziest stream on YouTube right now. Who does this? I can't believe I even did this. Are you guys enjoying this? Like, is this enjoyable as a viewer? Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around, like, what is the value that you're getting out of this? Is it entertainment to see me struggle? Oh boy, because I'm struggling real hard. Oh man. Or is there something educational in this stream still? Like, I'd imagine it's a mess. Oof. It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so funny when I rewatch the stream and try to make YouTube shorts out of it. I'm gonna be like, what? What was I doing? Oh man. Colm. Sorry, bro, I can't say your name. Colm McCardle? You ever have the high Hawaiian truffles? I guess you're asking me, have I ever tried? Wait, my my ability to comprehend sentences is impaired right now. You ever have the high Hawaiian truffles? Or have I ever tried them? No. Hawaiian truffles. Truffles are something I think I've tried once and felt that they were underwhelming. And for whatever reason, I pretty much never tried them again. 12 rules. It was too basic. How do I get over someone if I keep thinking about her after breakup? That's a tough question. Oh, man. I don't think I could give you a good answer for that question right now. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to give someone like poor advice, right? Whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh man. You know what's interesting about the, I think you call it manosphere space, is I'm pretty red pilled, but I'm not. I'm not quite in that whole red pill relationship manosphere space, because I'm a lot older, and so that's something I don't really care too much about. But I think guys like Hamza does a great job at tackling those subjects. And I do want to say one thing though about the red pill, blue pill thing that I find interesting is that what you want to do is you want to take the red pill but not consume the whole bottle. I think that's the approach that I've taken when it comes to and if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you don't know what this whole red pill, blue pill thing is, it basically comes from The Matrix, which is a Keanu Reeves movie, and I think it was 1999. And Morpheus offers Neo the decision of the red pill or the blue pill, where if you can take the blue pill and you can stay in Never Never Land where everything is comfortable, everything is convenient, everything is safe, and you can just go back to the Matrix and living your life like another cog in the wheel, and everything is fine. Or if you want to seek truth, you can take the red pill. And so this is where all these pills started, is from the Matrix. Now there is also the black pill, which is generally the belief about how you're born. So your like genetics, like your facial features or your facial structure, a lot of that, your appearance is like there's nothing you can do about it. It's up to your genetics, your parents, your DNA. So that's sort of like what the black pill talks about a lot. And I find the whole concept interesting. But and the way that I apply this to my life is I've taken the pills and apply them in like the self-improvement sense, where it's not really about relationships, or it's not really about trying to escape the Matrix or any of this stuff, but like what can I use that can benefit my life. And so a lot of the red pill stuff teaches you accountability, right? It teaches you discipline, it teaches you work ethic, and I love all that stuff. The only problem with the red pill is when you subscribe to the ideology and you take the whole bottle. I think what you're meant to do is you just take one pill and that's it. But if you take the whole bottle, then now you sort of join like a cult, like a religion, and then free thinking is sort of goes out the window. So my opinion with all the pill stuff is you want to take the red pill, get what you need, get out, and don't take the whole bottle. And so for me, this is what I did, and all of the accountability, discipline, motivation stuff has been awesome for my life. Lots of great insight there. Just knowing that, just having the belief that the actions you take today can positively impact your life tomorrow. Just knowing that you have that power, right? Like to go out and hit the gym, eat clean. Maybe you start some sort of gratitude journal or whatever positive habit that you want to incorporate into your life. Just knowing that if you do something beneficial for you today, even if it's difficult, that it will improve your life tomorrow. And I learned a lot of that from the red pill. I'm purple. Oh, I've heard the purple pill too. Is the purple pill when you have kids? I think. Like in the dating sphere, purple pill is when I think the purple pill is when you have kids, I believe. So you're a parent. I consider myself red pill aware, and I have a blue and black pill side, but I had to detach myself from that space of YouTube because there's a lot of clout chasers and frauds on the internet. Yeah, it's... See, the clout thing is weird. If you identify like really strongly with I don't know, the red pill or blue pill or whatever team, or whatever team mentality you want to subscribe to. Generally, you receive a lot of attention if all your beliefs lean one way and you go to the extreme. Because people love freak shows, right? People love the extreme. No one is interested in the balanced, nuanced person that wants to talk rationally about ideas or concepts. It's not interesting. There's no clickbait there. There's nothing appealing. And that's sort of part of the YouTube game that I don't play well. Like, I'm not a good creator in the sense of garnering attention. I am who I am. This is it. Put myself out there, and I don't subscribe to any type of idea, whether it's religion or politics. I'm not left. I'm not right. I'm not Republican, not Democrat, nothing. I'm nothing. I'm independent of all that stuff. I try to have beliefs that are free flowing and ones that I make. And I'm free from any team like Android or Apple, PlayStation or Xbox. Like all of this stuff, all this like division, this polarization of people, I think it's bad for humanity. I know that people want to find their tribe. Like generally as an individual, you want to find your tribe of people that you can identify with because that gives you meaning, right? But it can also be a trap, a huge trap in the way that you think and perceive the world. Because if you join some type of echo chamber where everyone thinks the same way, they're just going to reinforce the same ideas over and over and over, and no one is going to give you a straw man argument, or no one is going to play devil's advocate, or no one is going to come up with a counter argument if it goes against the mob, if it goes against like the group mentality, right? And so, you know, that's something that this is who I am. I don't know. I hate teams. I just hate teams. I think it's so dumb. I think it's the dumbest thing. Like I remember I talked to someone at work. And I had to text them for something work related, and I texted her, and then on her iPhone the text message came up green, I guess, because I have an Android. And she's like, ew, you don't have like an Apple phone? And it's like, and she's like so into the whole like Apple mentality that she like looks down on other people that don't have the same thing as her. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, that's not cool. Like, you're gonna look down on people because they don't have like an Apple phone? Like, what about the people that can't afford it? Like, what about the people that can't, you know, afford the latest iPhone? And maybe they have an Android because it's what's affordable, it's what's cheaper. Maybe that's all they can get. Right? What about that? So, yeah, the team mentality stuff. It's like a poison. It's like a poison on your mind. Well, I think there's a term for that. There's a term for something that's toxic for your mind. Is it like a neurotoxic? I know there's a word. I'm too messed up right now to think about it. Let's get back to some of the comments if I can. I would suggest practicing mindfulness. You will begin to allow for a space between your thoughts and your experience. What's that emoji face with the... Maybe if I hover over it, it'll tell me what that emoji is. Is it? Oh man. Clicking with the mouse is hilarious. The original concept of the red pill and the manosphere was never about women, honestly. It was about self-improving as a man, but the space has been diluted now. Yeah, whenever I think about like the pills, it's always about relationships, right? Like that's what it's sort of like become. Yo, what's up, Marco? Marco! Let me try to type. Yo, this is hilarious. Trying to type on a mechanical keyboard. What's up, Marco? Marco. Are you... who? I don't even know how to say that name, bro. No idea who that is. Red pill helped me be more aware about the reality of life, but the influencer make it so extreme that they will be virgins for life. If any pill I'm for the most, it's the self-improvement pill. That's well said. That's interesting. Oh man. Yeah, this is a wild stream, boys. This is a super wild stream. I guess what's interesting about this is, like, during a psychedelic experience, like a trip like this, you can't hide the type of person you are. It's too hard. Like, it's like impossible. So I have no idea what we've talked about. How long have we been streaming? 2 hours? Wow, it's been 2 hours. Okay, so let's recap. I took 3,000 milligrams of psilocybin at 11:30. And then half an hour later, I started the stream at 12. And I think I was okay for the first half an hour. Then at 12:30 was when it really, the effect really took hold. And that was at 12:30. What time is it now? Where's my clock? 2. Okay, so it's been an hour and a half. This was definitely a 3-gram trip that was on the stronger side. It's definitely one of the more stronger 3-gram psychedelic 3-gram psychedelic trips that I've had. Search it up. You two are the same person? Who? I love this song. You know, that's something that I want to get back into, playing the piano. I know you guys probably don't know this about me, but I grew up playing the piano for a large majority of my life. And I would love to get back into it. Just something about classical music speaks to my soul. I love it. I love it so much. It's so calming and soothing and relaxing. Like whenever I'm reading a book, I usually go on Spotify and I have like a classical music playlist that I'll play and I'll listen to. So I love listening to classical music while I read or write. Hold on, I'm searching up some person I never heard of before. Oh, he's a football player. Is that right? How do you even say this guy's name? People call him Nino? Gudel? I don't know. I have no idea how to pronounce this guy. He's Serbian. Serbian professional footballer who plays as a midfielder. He's 31. So what am I missing here? Why is this guy relevant? I don't understand. You two are the same person. Same person? Is it? Wait. a picture of this guy. Oh, is it because how he looks? Wow, I'm dumb. I'm just like reading all this stuff about him. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, I get it. Oh, that's hilarious. That was an awkward no. I meant like I was a mix of red and blue pill or none. Mostly what you said I agree with. I'm the same. Okay, hold on. So, oh yeah, you said you were wait, purple? I'm so confused. I'm sorry, Forrest. I'm struggling to keep up. You are you are a mix. I need some water. Yo, Red. Oh my gosh. Red, what's up, bro? This is a wild stream. So I've been so my plan was to take a 3-gram dose of psilocybin, which I've been super comfortable with in the past. I've had many 3-gram trips where I've been okay. I think I've been fine. And I figured, this is like the ceiling of dosages where I could take and probably still function as a human being and have a stream. So that was the idea. Problem is the trip ended up being a little stronger in terms of visuals than I would have liked. So it's been like a massive distraction. And I've just been, I can't even remember honestly what did we even talk about? This is so crazy. I can't believe we're having like a stream for 2 hours. I was just like losing my mind over here. So I think I was talking before too about like the visuals that I was seeing. Lights were super bright and bouncing all over the place. The paranoia and anxiety, or increase of paranoia and increase of anxiety, is to be expected, of course. But this one was a little bit stronger than I would have liked. So yeah, I'm trying to ride the wave, trying to ride the wave and keep up with you guys. But I could see how someone would could totally lose it. Like, try to comprehend the fact that I'm streaming myself while going through extreme paranoia and anxiety at the same time is a wild it's like a wild mixture of feelings and emotions that I'd have to like deal with. That's a wild thing. I think I'm losing my ability to be articulate. The being visually impaired, it's affecting like my speech. My I keep saying and That's something that I work really hard on trying to remove. If anyone out there, you want to be a YouTuber or you want to speak more fluently, one of the best things you can do is to actively try to remove words like and from your speech, but actively try to remove them. Like, you're never going to be perfect. Like this, they still come up. But in the past, like when I was let me see, how old? Let's say like 20. The way that I would speak, it'd be like, oh, so what happened was like I went to the casino on the weekend, and it was like, we went, like, the speech is awful. There's no confidence in your speech. It's just full of these filler words. So if you want it to be, I know this is like pretty hypocritical, trying to take speech advice from someone who's under the influence of a psychedelic trip, but whatever. This is what it is. I don't care. This is something that I've actively tried really hard to work on these past couple years, is to remove these filler words from my speech, because it's simply unattractive. It's simply like horrible to listen to. Imagine if you're in sales and you're trying to sell a pen, or not a pen, what do people sell? A product. Imagine you're in sales and you're trying to sell a product, and the salesman is trying to tell you, oh, it's like this, and it's like you're probably gonna need this project, or you're probably gonna need this product, because it's like there's no confidence there. Like, you're never gonna buy from someone who speaks like that. Just like people won't take you seriously if you have that type of speech and you're trying to convey an opinion about a topic that's extremely important. Like, if I'm talking about psychedelics or self-improvement or removing gambling from your life, if I have this mumbling, jumbling, stuttering, like-filled paragraph that I'm spewing to you guys, you're never going to take me seriously, because I don't take myself serious enough to be a professional with how I speak. And I'm not there yet. I still work on it every day. This is hilarious, but in the YouTube search, I search for videos like how to speak better, and I watch them. And I remember, yeah, again, it's kind of embarrassing. Whatever, I don't care. There's a lot of these like ASL videos that people have made where it's like English as a second language, like ASL as a second language. And it's really good. It's really beneficial. So I've sort of dropped my ego and, went back to the fundamentals, because the way I speak, it's incredibly important to me. It's something that I value. I like anime piano music. Oh, me too. I can only poorly play Mad World. Oh, I love Mad World. Wasn't that the song at the end of, or the theme song of Donnie Darko, the Jake Gyllenhaal cult favorite movie? I had a roll-up piano as a kid, but I never applied myself with it. I just started making beats again too. Oh, that's cool. What did I miss? You gotta try PCP. Oh my gosh. Whatever you do, don't OD, bro. Yeah, this is how you been, Red? How you been? Always love seeing you. Seeing you. Talking to you. It's a better way to say. But yeah. You know what I really enjoy? I really enjoy the regulars. I think that's what brings me the most happiness. When I see Forrest in the chat, smile comes across my face. Batiste shows up. Red shows up. Martin shows up. Something about that, it makes me really happy. I really enjoy the connections that you make with people, even if they are digital. Like, if you guys don't know, well, obviously you don't know, but like in person, I'm super social, almost to a point of like extroversion. And so take today, for example, Sunday, I like to stay home, do my introverted thing, be alone, watch videos, work on content, edit, listen to music, that type of stuff. However, there's also this extremely extroverted side to me where I have no problem talking to strangers or having conversations with massive amounts of people in a group setting. It doesn't bother me in the slightest anymore. And that's been beneficial for me as a person because of this podcast that I've been trying to make. Oh, so anyways, speaking of the podcast, so I have a new microphone. I got the Rode, what is this? The Rode Pod mic, and I have another one over there. And this is connected. I don't know if I can see this. So the mic is connected to this. So I got the Zoom Pod mic. So this microphone is connected to the Zoom PodTrack P4, I think it's called. Well, I can't speak. And then that's connected to my computer. And the idea behind this was to do more live podcasts. This is like a dream of mine. You know, I'll tell you what my dream is with the I'll tell you. It's like a pipe dream, but I would love to one day monetize my podcast to a point where I could pay to fly in my guests to talk to them in person, maybe pay for their flight, pay for their hotel, pay for their dinner, like a meal, and have like a conversation in this very room with someone. Like, I think that's my dream with the podcast, is to, and this is the thing, right? I know money isn't everything, blah blah blah, money isn't everything, there's more to life than money, sure, but money is extremely important, because you need money to be able to do the things you want to do with your life. And so obviously, if I could monetize like the podcast in some way, and then take those funds and put it back into the podcast by getting super interesting guests on, that's something that I would love to do. But again, this dream that I have, this pipe dream, it's one of my think big dreams that it's probably not obtainable in this year or maybe even next year. It's more of like a long-term goal. However, if I want to achieve that goal, I have to take the steps and figure out what those steps are to try to work and progress towards that. And if I never go out and set that goal, if I never think of that unreasonable expectation or mountain or goal that I want to achieve, then I'm never going to do steps 1, 2, and 3. And that's one of the most important things, is finding a way to act. And so this is why I always set crazy goals. Like, if I want to be a successful podcaster and have the money and funds to, fly people out here, then I got to do the work to get there. Like, I got to get to work. I got to be a professional. I got to grind. I got to show up, and I got to improve. I got to speak better. I have to learn how to have better conversations, be a better host, be everything, whatever it is. Like, there's a million things that I could work on. But if you don't set that goal, then you're never going to know what you need to work on in order to get there. It's the same with YouTube too, right? Like, if you guys want to start a YouTube channel, most people get caught up in like I need this perfect lighting and this perfect camera and all this like equipment, and I don't know what to talk about and whatever. That's fine, but you're better off to just start the channel, record a video, and figure it out along the way, just like how I did. I started the podcast episode 1. It sucks. It's awful. It's terrible. Then you figure it out as you go. And every day slowly work towards that one goal that you have. And it better be a big goal. Like, you need your goals to almost feel like they're unobtainable. Like, that's when you know you're doing it right. It's when the goal feels like it's an unobtainable goal, because then you can keep working towards that. I think I read that in a book by Grant Cardone, I believe, the 10X Rule. It's one of my books that's on my top 100 book list. that I read over and over and over. It's probably going to fall off at some point. It's at the bottom of my list. But that one book gave me this one awesome lesson where it's like, you want to, whatever goal you set, multiply it by 10. Like that's the type of goals that you should be setting for yourself. This is like this 10x mentality, and work towards that. The rest of the book is, you can kind of, in my opinion, you don't really need it. That's the key idea in that book. Like I said, it's probably going to fall off from my list as I read more and more new stuff. This is how I feel all the time when I try to communicate in English or German. I feel so dumb and less me. No, Forrest, your English is awesome. I admire people that are bilingual, trilingual. It's super cool. It's such an awesome thing. Like I have one language, English, and that's it. I know some Japanese words from growing up, but it's not language. There's no sentences. Like I always admire people that know multiple languages. Super cool. How do you improve communication skills? That's probably a good question for regular Derek. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can answer that question. Whew. Who's still here? Who's still here in the stream? I'm just like interested. Should I keep going? I've lost all sense of time and reality. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Oh. Oh, man. Now this is wild. I'm super tripping. There's something that's ironic about this whole situation, right? The irony here of it all. This is like super real. What's cool about psychedelics is that it improves your mindset as a person with the way you kind of think about your life. It dissolves the ego, which is important, or at least what I think is important. It but it sort of forces you to acknowledge the type of biases and prejudices you have on certain things. And I think that's important. Like, have that self-reflection is super important. It holds you accountable in a way. And it's interesting because by streaming this, it's like super real. Whew. Oh, okay, so let's see. Tenzin's here, Swen. You see a bunch of you guys are still here. Was this stream enjoyable? Like I have no idea with what we talked about the past 2 hours. Like all I remember is getting like the slight body high, everything getting super intense. There was a period where I was like laughing a lot. Oh man. I'm here watching from the clouds. I'm present. Another stream? Oh, this is the same stream? Oh man, what a train wreck. What a train wreck of a stream. But I love it. I love it. Why not? Like, why not? Why not do it? This is probably another great lesson that I've learned throughout my life is why should you be so scared of showing like your vulnerable self to people, or why do you care so much about looking stupid in front of other people? Like, why do people care so much about that? And I get it. Everyone seeks validation from the group, right? We all want to find our tribe. We want to be accepted by society. Evolutionarily, it makes sense. You want acceptance to be part of the group. But this thing where you want to please everybody, where you're scared of doing because of how people will react, it sort of like holds you back. This is like a great lesson that I've sort of learned in my life, where I'm no longer scared of messing up, you know? In the past, I was scared of being imperfect, getting things wrong, judging you, making fun of you. Oh, look at Derek, he's dumb. He got that question wrong. Oh, look at Derek, he doesn't know how to do this or answer that. It's fine. In the past, I used to feel that way. However, now it doesn't really bother me. Even in the real world, sounds so funny to say that, the real world. But even like when I'm out with Tina or the kids, maybe we go to a restaurant or something, I could care less about, you know, clothes I wear or brand name clothes or the type of car that I have. Like, I don't care about any of those materialistic sort of things where I'm trying to please other people. Like, there's nothing fake about my life. Like, even right now, like in this moment, in this stream, this is just like who I am. Like, you can't hide, right? You can't hide from this stuff. The body high is it's super intense. Oh man. Okay. Trying to focus. Trying to focus here. Love it. Have a good day, man. Hey, Cowboy, if you're heading out, thanks, bro. Thanks for stopping by. The Bear D. Bear D. What's up, dude? The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. There's like an old quote or saying that I heard once where the meaning of life is that in death, when you look at the mirror, you see yourself staring back at you. And knowing that the potential you had in life, you achieved it. And what hell is in the afterlife is when you look in that mirror and you see the person you could have been, but you were too scared to achieve it. And I'm sure I messed that saying up like really bad because of how impaired I am. But something about, being, embracing like the person you are, just being authentic, right? Something about that is nice. It's refreshing. Because think about the world we live in. Everything's like vanity. Everything's for show. Instagram filters and all this nonsense. Everyone trying to flex and show what they got and being fake. It's all like a vanity metric. Even like books. Books are a vanity metric as well. Like, oh, look at my bookshelf. You're just signaling. You're signaling to people your intelligence or your superior intelligence over them. Like, I have books in my bookshelf, but you can't see them. Well, I don't think you can see them. My head hides it. My big head blocks you guys from seeing my bookshelf. In person, I have my head is huge. I have like a massive dome. It's hilarious. It's pretty funny, actually. What was I talking about? See, my train of thought is wild. I'm like all over the place. No idea what I was talking about. Yeah, I wear the same old stuff. Saves me lots of money. Yeah, that's good. Like, I have a friend who will spend $300 on a Gucci shirt. Fair enough. Like, you should be able to do whatever you want with your money. But my question is, does the shirt make you happy? Or do you think the shirt will bring you happiness based on what other people think of you? I think that's where the disconnect is. So I don't know. Okay, you know what? Let's end the stream soon before it descends into chaos. I probably need to eat something. It's 2:30. I'm gonna have some lunch, spend some time with Tina and the kids upstairs. We're gonna have like a nice Sunday family day today. Do something fun with the kids at home. The stream was a lot of fun. I have no idea what happened. Well, I generally have some idea what happened. But I love it when all you guys show up in the comment section because, it makes the stream fun. I remember those days where it's like just me and Forrest in the comments. Those are some tough streams, tough streams, Forrest. You remember those days? I have no idea what that is. Huh? Is that a trap? When's the last time you wept? Believe it or not, it was the psychedelic experience. Is when I went through ego death and experienced the loss of my daughter. I wept, and I know this because when the trip ended, my shirt was wet, like I was soaking wet, and my cousin basically told me I was crying, like bawling my eyes out. It's because then I really, you can watch a video. I made a video about it, the heroic dose video. I experienced the loss of a child, specifically my daughter, and it's very interesting because I tell people this all the time. Even though the experience isn't real, like my daughter's alive. She's upstairs. I could hear her. She's running around. However, in the moment, you don't know that. You can't distinguish what is real and what is not. So the emotional reaction you have to the event, it's a real feeling. Like, I honestly believed my daughter perished, and I went through all these stages of grief, suffering, mourning, duress, sadness, Like it was agony, helplessness. Like it was many, many stages of grief all thrusted at me at once because of like the psychedelics. And yeah, I know what it's like. I know how I would react if I were to lose a child. And that gave me a lot of perspective, is to, not take my kids for granted. A big part of all this YouTube streaming stuff. Like why do you think I create content? Do you guys think I care about the metrics or clout or numbers or subscribers or money? It could be any of those things, right? The main reason why I create content, why I stream, why I build this business is so that I don't have to leave my house and leave my kids to go to my day job. That's the whole motivating factor behind all this stuff, is that at the end of the day, I want to be the best possible father I can be. And so in the moment, I have to sacrifice and try to do the difficult task of, making videos, doing a podcast, doing a stream, learning all this stuff, creating a business, so that hopefully in the future I don't have to, or daddy or dad doesn't have to go out the front door because he has to go to work. I think that's the thing that hurts me the most as a man. Like when I leave the house and I get into the car and I turn on the ignition and I have to do my 35-minute commute to work, it kind of kills me on the inside, knowing that I am a slave to some corporation that doesn't really care about me because I am replaceable, easily replaceable. I'm just another cog in the wheel. And something about that is it's harsh. It's true. It's what it is. And that's like a big motivating factor for why I continue to release content and do this stream. And that comes from my heart. Like that's what I would like if you gave me all the money in the world, all the time in the world, I could go anywhere, do anything, buy anything. What would you do? Would you go on some expensive vacation somewhere? Would you buy like a super yacht? Spending time with people you love is the best thing in the world. Like family is the best, man. Family is the best. Like even if you don't have kids and you're on the other end, you can, call your parents, right? Call your parents today. Let them know that you're thinking about them. Ask them how they're doing. They may not admit it, but on the inside, it will make them incredibly happy. Because I know that's what would make me happy, I think. So. Yeah, and I think the biggest lesson that you guys could maybe take away from this is if you're younger than me, which a lot of you are, I'm 38, I can tell by the analytics and conversations we'd have, majority of the people that watch my content is like 18 to 27 or something, like that demographic. It's like, don't make the same mistakes I made early on, because now I sort of have to play catch up for all the time that I procrastinated away. Like think about all the years that I lost from gambling and procrastination and video games and just nonsense. Like I could have been a better, stronger, more capable person today who could be there for, my kids more, who could be more happy or content or feel more fulfilled. Like when you're young, instant gratification, it will definitely ruin your life long term. It will, because it will suck away all your time. And I'm not saying that you can't have things in moderation. Moderation is important too, right? You know, spend time with your friends. You know, maybe you want to go party or something or whatever. It's fine. Play some video games here and there. But it's like, don't get addicted to that stuff. Like playing Call of Duty with the boys on the weekend is so much fun. Trust me, I know, I've been there. I've been on Discord, and even way back in the day, it was Ventrilo, Vent, we call it Vent, playing all these games, and it's like the best time in your life, right? It's a lot of fun. But again, it's instant gratification. You feel good in the moment, you chase the dopamine hit, but it will affect you long term. So the important thing is to do these things in moderation. Don't let them consume your life like how they did with me. I've wasted many, many years of my life with video games and gambling. And I can't get any of those years back. Right? And it's real. That's like a real truth that I have to face. However, I could, you know, sit here and be sad, woe is me, blah, 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 all this, or I can do something about it. Do something about it. Okay. So I wasted all this time in the past. Now I'm not going to waste any more time in the present. So we're doing videos, shorts, streams, podcasts, newsletter, whatever. And hopefully, not hopefully, I know that may sound arrogant, but there's nothing fake about belief. That, you know, I believe in time getting rid of the day job would be amazing. It would be amazing. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. The mushroom trip is, oh, Forrest has to go anyway. Yeah, the mushroom is slowly starting to wear off. Not wear off, but like the height of it has peaked. So I have no idea if this stream was helpful. Sorry if I didn't answer any of your questions in the chat. Forrest, Bear, Tenzin, Cowboy, JMO, Swen. Who else was here? Red. I know I saw Martin earlier. Martin, all you guys that came to the stream, thank you. And I hope you had a good laugh watching me struggle with the anxiety and paranoia that comes with 3 grams of psychedelic mushrooms. So you guys have a good day, and I'll see you in the next stream. We'll say March 19th. All right, I'm done.